Hello and welcome again to Jeff Stamps, back at Surfers Paradise on the Gold Coast for a break for a couple of days down here, and we're staying at the Meriton. We only do this perhaps once or twice in a year, but only for a couple of days. Can't afford much more than that. But you can see it's just a lovely day outside there. Say the water is a bit and the weather is a bit rough, so not many people swimming today, but I'll go in tomorrow perhaps. But there's a pool here at the Meriton, so I may go into the pool as well. But beautiful day here on the Gold Coast, Surfers Paradise, Gold Coast, just south of Brisbane in Australia. But I thought I'd show you some stamps while I'm here. I haven't done a stamp video for quite some time. I might just close this door opening here because I don't want my stamps blowing everywhere. And I've just got a couple of arrivals I thought I would show you. You can see the towels there on the chair and everything, really in holiday mode. All right, so I'll just zoom that up a bit more. I just want to show you some of these stamps here. I've got a brand new album that I need to be putting some stamps into because the one that I've got here is getting a little bit full. So this particular stamp here is obviously Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, 1941 and 1944 definitive stamp with the red brownish ink. And you'll see, I'll just put this back in here, and you'll see I've got a block which is a bit different. You can see on this one that I showed you before, you can see the oval shape going around her head there. And on this one here of the Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, you see there's no oval there, she's just there. And this one that I'm showing you now was, or is 1941 to 1943. It's the red brown dye. 1941 to 1943, and this one here, the green dye, 1937 to 1938. Okay, let's put that back there. It seems to go in the way I want it to go in. There we are. Okay, these chairs that I'm sitting on are just a little bit low. It's really annoying. I'm going to get another chair because sitting on something that's so low. Okay, back again. It's just a tiny bit better than the other one. All right, so and that's just some of the page there that are on that particular page that I've got sorted out there. King George VI there. Queen Elizabeth. Okay, so I'll just close this album up. It's getting a little bit full. And I've got a few of these. I'm just going to show you something here. I'll go through this entire album one day with you. I'll show you something here. Now, where is it? Oh yes, here we are. So I'm collecting quite a few of these King George V definitives. And I've actually got quite a few there with the red dye. But I want to put all of these King George V stamps that I've got here that I'm collecting all into a separate album. And I've got a few more arrivals that I can add to that, but I want to actually take these ones out of this album and put them into this brand new album that I've just received here and that I purchased, this stock album. So I want all of those King George V's in this album here, and perhaps some other ones that relate to the King George V stamps. So I'll just put this camera down now just for a second, and I'll just go through some of these arrivals here. Speaking of King George V stamps, all right. We'll just go through a couple here that I've received, which I'll add to that collection as well. So there's 1 shilling 4p. I like the die on that one. Oop. Some of these stamps here are a little bit finicky. All right, so halfpenny stamp, different sort of coloured dye there. I wonder if there's another stamp behind there. There is too. It's the same sort of stamp, so I won't bother showing you. You can see one is that one's a little bit darker there. Another halfpenny stamp there. These King George V's, these definitives here. You remember that Australia became, as I've said before, Australia became a Commonwealth in 1901, and every stamp, every state had their own stamp, and even though Australia became a Commonwealth in 1901, those states still had their individual stamps going right through until Australia's first national stamp or first definitive stamp arrived in 1913 with the kangaroo and map stamp. That was Australia's first definitive stamp. And then around Christmas 1913, going into 1914, these stamps, the King George V stamps, took the place of the kangaroo and map stamps. However, not quite taking their place, because the kangaroo and map stamps were still in circulation alongside these King George V stamps for quite some time. Okay, so these are all these different coloured dies. They're going to look really great in that new album, along with the existing King George V stamps when I transfer them across. A little bit of rust there on the top right hand corner. Oop. And you can see on the reverse of that stamp, it's not too good, is it? Well, you can't expect every one of them to be perfect. I love the die on this one. Almost like an olive green. Bit of a hinge there. Threepence there, and what's the back like? Yeah, pretty good. Try to get some of these colours lined up there. Tuppence there. Yep, one stamp there. Very, very finicky. All right, so sort of a more violet than blue, isn't it? Threepence. Well, it's blue, I suppose, because this really is violet. The red brown. This is a very rich chocolate brown. Good condition, isn't it? What have we got here? One of these again. They're going to look great in the new album. They really will. More of the lighter brown there. Bring those down a bit. Tuppence. I can go with my big page of red King George the 5th stamps. I might just put them down in a row there, the red ones. They're all pretty good. Bit of rust there. And more of these lovely greens here. These green dyes, 1 penny. A tiny bit of remnants of some hinging or something there. Can you see the watermark on there? I wonder if you can see that. Let's hold this up to the light. Beg your pardon. Seems to be more silhouetted now than anything. Can you see any watermarks in there? I can. Showing up too well, is it? Maybe if we bring it right out to here, we might be able to see in this light here. No, it's not having much luck, but there is some good watermarks on there, really clear. Well, I can see them, but I'm having trouble getting the right sort of light with this camera so you can see them. But anyway, I won't waste much more time on that. Yeah, there you go. You can just see some of that watermarking there. Yep. See it there? See a crown there? Anyway, so that's a nice die. I love that. It's all upside down now. Okay, there's a crown. There's a crown and a letter A. You can probably just make out the A, and there's the crown there for the watermark. Can't see the watermarks on that one, but another one of these violets. Another red. And a couple of these lovely green dyes. Okay, and this one here is it's a nice, really nice light blue or turquoise dye. And that's it for the arrivals of the King George V stamps. And I've got a few German stamps here. I'll move that away and we'll just leave that there on that cover and just move this album over here so I can put these stamps on something. All right, so I've got a few German stamps that I'm collecting, and as well, and some other countries. I showed you, I think, on the last video, or the video before, some New Zealand stamps. Pretty good, Nick. Ah, frustrating. You see the overprints there, obviously. I mean, that one looks like it's just mint, no cancel, and perfect on the reverse side. Same with that one. Don't you love the illustrations? Couple here. I like the colours on these. Yeah, they're all mint. They're beautiful, aren't they? I'm not actually 100% sure what era these, what year these are actually from. So I might just pause quickly, check out my stamp identifier and see if I can find out what year these are from, roughly. Back in a sec. Okay, back again. It didn't take long, did it? These are German realm workers' stamps from 1923 to 1926. There you go. Very good condition too. Now we'll find out about these numerical stamps now and come back in a second, tell you what era these are from. They might be from the same era. Back in a sec. Back again. Well, these numerical ones, German realm workers' stamps. These ones, 1921 to 1928. They were cancelled out in about 1930. So there we are. That's that German lot of stamps, which I'll add to my collection there. And have I shown you these? I don't think so. have shown you this one in the past though, the foundation of the Commonwealth. 1901, that's when Australia became a Commonwealth. As we mentioned earlier in the video, the Duke of York opening the first federal parliament in Melbourne. Of course, our parliament moved to Canberra in Australia. Victoria's first stamp, celebrating the centenary there. I'm pretty sure I've shown you these once, the banded anteater. I think I have shown you this little package from a previous video. I'm yet to put these in my album. Yep, Mitchell's Exploration there, and yes, I've shown you these before, just recently. So I won't continue with those. You can see those particular stamps, more of those stamps from that little pile in one of my previous videos not so long ago. So I hope you've enjoyed that so far, what I've shown you. Oh, I've got some more here. Maybe I haven't shown you this lot. Really quickly, let's see what's in here. I'll just move those away, just further up here, and just see what we've got in here. There's a little bit of a strip here of the koalas. I might have shown you these too, I'm not really sure. That's a good cancel there from Brisbane. Sorry about the camera shake there. US postage. It's a bit of a mixed bag here. Bit of a strip there, with cancels there going across. Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother. Okay, and there's some Canadian stamps in there that I know that I've shown you before. (1961) Christmas stamp. Yes, I have shown you some of these stamps. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed that. I've got some more to show you fairly soon, some more stamps arriving, and I'm going to be putting together this album once I get as many of those King George V and some other stamps how I see fit to fill this particular album, then I'll show you what I've got. So thank you very much, appreciate it. Please subscribe, and I'll be back again with another stamp video very, very soon. Bye for now.